Well, Dakota, firstly, how are you today?
I'm very good. Yeah, it's good to talk with you though. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I first got to ask just what it's like being back in WWE.
Honestly, since SummerSlam, it's been a whirlwind, and it's definitely been 0 to 100 at this point. I feel like as soon as SummerSlam happened, it's been like go 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 go.
Yeah.
But it's very surreal, but the environment is so positive, so it's yeah, it's exciting.
How did your return come about? Like, when did you get the call, or did you contact someone?
I got the call like I would say 24 hours before SummerSlam. It wasn't much time at all. And it's weird because it definitely came out of nowhere. Like I wasn't expecting it, you know what I mean? Like especially at that point, no one had been sort of brought back under the Triple H era. You know, I didn't know that that was even like something that they were thinking of, let alone me being the first one. Um, so there wasn't a lot of time to mentally prepare. So even walking down the ramp at SummerSlam, I was still like, what's happening right now? It felt so weird, but it's been awesome.
When you were in that period, so up until a day before SummerSlam, where did you see yourself and your career going?
I think like after the release happened in May, I think it was, I definitely was at peace with it because I think I was at a point in my career where I needed that, you know what I mean? Like obviously it was still a shock, but not really at the same time considering how everything was. But the time away really did me good. I got to focus on other things and I also wasn't really taking like independent bookings or anything at the time. I think for me, it was nice to have that break and to step away a little bit, like mentally and physically. Um, I was doing this since 2007, so I really took that time away and kind of was like, it was a healing time almost. So it's weird how timing works out and all that stuff and fate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even though it was only a couple of months, what do you feel is kind of most different about you now coming back than before?
Um, I mean, I think just mentally, I feel a lot more confident in my abilities to be able to perform. You know, before, not so much, but I think, like I said, that break and that time away from the ring really did me wonders. And then coming back, it was almost like a reset button, like I got to sort of have that time away and focus on myself and the things that are important, and then take time for me. And then, like, coming back, it was almost like perfect timing, and I was refreshed, I was ready to go. So, yeah, more confident for sure.
Well, you've mentioned the Triple H and being in the Triple H era. For you, what it was like working with him, and what do you kind of like about him the most?
So Hunter and I have like, we've worked together a lot before too in the NXT Black and Gold era. So he is awesome, and I think working under him because he really knows what I can do. He knows my stuff. Um, he's just a great guy to sort of bounce ideas off of because with anything like that, he loves input as much as like if he's got an idea that's cool but he wants to like make sure that everyone's on the same page. If you have anything to bring to the table, he wants to hear it, and then you sort of like go from there and amalgamate an idea that is awesome and that you both love. So I think that's really cool.
I've always felt like from NXT that Hunter's so great at booking the women's division. I think he's maybe like the best booker of
Yeah.
women's wrestling that I've ever seen. Now with him in charge, do you feel among the women's division like a new sense of excitement knowing that he's the one there?
Yeah, absolutely. The environment is so positive. We're getting a lot of time to be able to tell these stories, which is great too. And not only that, but like, I mean, every Raw that's happened since SummerSlam, it's like Bayley, Iyo, and I have been, either wrestling or doing like a bunch of promos and a lot of like we're all over the place. So yeah, he really does care about the women's division, which really motivates us to be able to tell the best story possible.
Mhm. You have been doing a lot on Raw since coming back, and this week we saw you with Trish Stratus in the ring. So, what's it like being face to face with her on Raw?
That was like another very surreal moment because back in high school and like the senior year, the seniors have this week long sort of thing where like Monday you dress as like what you want to be in when you grow up, like in your career. Tuesdays like dressing as like I don't know a bug or something. So on career day, I dressed up as Trish Stratus. Like I made the title out of cardboard and like being across the ring from her and having that interaction with her, it was just, yeah, it was just another moment that really slapped me in the face and just brought me back to my roots and what got me into this. So, yeah, it was crazy.
Did you tell Trish that?
I did, yeah. I told her that I dressed up. I didn't have a blonde wig though, so it
Yeah.
was a little bit like I don't think really people really knew because like I was what so 16, 17 at the time. I didn't have money to buy a wig. But I did tell her that and she was very flattered by it. Yeah.
Mhm. So you've spoken about what it was like to get the call that you're coming back. What was it like to find out how you were coming back, being teamed with Io and Bailey?
Um, Gosh, so Bailey has been talking to me about this idea for years now. We were talking about it like, yeah. So when I was still at NXT, I want to say it was like 2018, she first brought it up to me. And then again, like at Evolution, we just kept like saying like, oh, this needs to happen. We want this to happen so bad. And obviously the members changed, but I was the constant, So like, I I think it's very poetic that it happened at SummerSlam and that our idea that we've been talking about, like her idea that she's been talking about for so long, finally happened on such a big stage and with Iyo as well. It was it is very an emotional moment, I think, for all of us that it finally happened and like let alone on a stage that big. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was very cool.
And with you and Bailey then having spoken about it for so long, what makes Io a good fit as your third for the group?
Iyo is someone that I've had a lot of history with even before the company, and she's literally one of the best in the world at what she does. Some of the stuff she does in the ring is insane. I don't know how it's physically possible, but she pulls it off somehow. But she just fits so well. I don't know. The three of us just have such a cool dynamic. Bailey is amazing. She is such a great leader, and I've always loved watching what she does. So to be under her wing and alongside one of the best female wrestlers or best wrestlers period in the world, it's such a cool group.
So you and Io are currently in the tag team tournament. And being in a tournament setting, especially tag teams, like you're going to get to mixed up with so many different women on the roster. And having been away, what's it like to be thrown into having matches with all sorts of different people right now?
Yeah, it's been definitely 0 to 100. Like I feel like we've been all over the place in the best way possible, and you will see us with those tag team championships. I guarantee you that's fact. I want that to happen, and we're going to make it happen. And to be able to mix it up with all the teams and to sort of like build up the women's division again, like have it be strong. It's such, I think we're going to put like such amazing, fresh new energy into it. And I'm excited to see the different matchups that could come from, all of that.
What would winning the championship with Io mean to you?
It would, oh my gosh, I don't know. I think it would be sort of just the cherry on top of everything that's happened. I think with, since returning at SummerSlam, Iyo going up to main roster with us and being alongside her and under Bailey, I think it would just be such a surreal moment. I would love to have those championships just to like continue to keep the ball rolling with this women's tag division, you know, like that it doesn't stop there. You know, we know if we get those championships, we will have targets on our back as anyone would. And I just want to keep elevating and just helping everyone sort of, you know, build this division and make it awesome.
Mhm. Well, we have Clash at the Castle coming up very soon. So, how excited are you to come over to Cardiff for such a big show?
I'm so stoked. I've not been to Cardiff before. Pretty sure I haven't been to Cardiff. No, never. No, I haven't been to Wales. I am. This match too. The six-woman tag is the talent that's in that ring. Like these women are amazing, and to be able to do this in such a great atmosphere, it's going to be crazy. I think some magic will definitely be made on the show. Like not just in the match, but that whole night. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the crowd is going to be like over here?
If it's anything like the UK crowds I've performed on before, you know, in front of before, I'm expecting some really crazy chants. Like I don't know how, but like the UK crowds have the best chants, and I don't know if they like practice it before. I don't know how they do it, but they make it so it's such a unique atmosphere. I love performing in front of like any UK crowd, so I'm expecting it to be a very like rowdy football-esque like vibe for sure.
Is there anything in the UK you're excited to do when you're over here?
It's actually crazy because usually when you know we travel, we don't really have much time to be able to see, but I think we have some time. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to research and make sure we like you know do some sightseeing and things like that. But I didn't even know we had time to do that, so it's cool. It's like a pleasant surprise.
I have to ask you about your hair because it always looks so amazing and many different colors. Like first, how hard is that to maintain, especially with being on the road?
Uh, yeah, the maintenance side of it is definitely the worst. But like, I think, you know, as long as it looks good on TV, that's all that matters. The
Yeah.
maintenance, I will just grin and bear it. But it's real, yeah, it's difficult for sure. As long as it looks good on the TV, that's all that matters, though. It's fine.
What's been your favorite like hair look that you've done?
um, I I want to say this one, like my current. I liked the pink before, like I had the shorter pink one, and then I had like the lighter, longer pink one. But I really liked this one. I always wanted to do like a what are they called? Split dye sort of variation. Yeah, yeah. I thought that was always really cool. So yeah, this one.
Well, as you said, your match at Clash of the Castle, you're going to be in there with Bianca and Alexa and Oscar. And I wanted to ask you specifically about Bianca because she's just had such a great rise and been such a great champion. So, what has
Yeah.
it been like for you, like watching her rise and getting in the ring with her?
It's been insane because you know we both started back in NXT in the day, so we had matches here and there on NXT TV and on the NXT live events. Like she and I are really close, and to be able to see her meteoric rise in the way that it's happened is such a good thing. Like she's so deserving of all of this, and she's just literally one of the most amazing athletes ever. And no, it's been really cool to see her do what she's doing, but I'd love to step in the ring with her again. I think that, you know, the years apart that we haven't really sort of touched, I think it'll be interesting to see the growth between us and to see what we can do in this day and age. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than, of course, winning the women's tag team championships, what are your kind of goals as we get towards the end of the year?
Um, yes, besides from the women's tag team championships, I think it would be just continuing to elevate this division and just to make the women like, you know, I don't know, have our stories just mean things and just continue to have like amazing matches and tell good stories. I think it would just be to continuing to elevate that. Like if we had the championships, I would love to go against anyone and just any team that, like, you know, would like to step in the ring against Iyo and I think that would be awesome, because at the end of the day, this all helps everyone. You know, we all want to elevate each other. We all just want to have the best outcome for, you know, how women are, you know, perceived.
And finally, you had such a big fan base in NXT, and then there were so many people that were so just disappointed when you were let go, and now you're back. Kind of, what would you like to say, maybe to your fans and like supporters about like the new like Dakota that's come back?
I think more than anything, I would like to, I don't know, have so much love for my fans, because they've stuck through me, you know, through all the highs and the lows. I don't know. I just want to like send my love, because without them getting me through all of the stuff that's happened, you know, I wouldn't have the confidence that I do to be able to, you know, basically perform at the state I do now. So yeah, just thank you for sticking with me through all of the BS.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me today, Dakota. It's been really lovely.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.